Let's begin with the latest coming in on the Israel-Hamas war. There seems to be no end to the Israel-Hamas war, which has now entered its 8th day today, and the casualties continue to rise. Israeli forces are maintaining their bombardment of Gaza in response to Hamas's terror attacks. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a statement today, said that Israel will eliminate Hamas and the counter-offensive is only the beginning. Israel's military has warned more than 1.1 million civilians in northern Gaza to evacuate towards south. WHO has also said that Gaza's health system is at a breaking point and that time is running out to prevent a humanitarian catastrophe. In an apparent denial of a Human Rights Watch report, the Israeli military said that it has made no use of white phosphorus in its Gaza war this week. Meanwhile, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met with Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu, Israeli Defense Minister as well, and members of the Israeli War Cabinet to discuss Israel's current actions to defend itself and the urgent security assistance needed for the Israel Defense Forces. And with that, we are getting in some breaking inputs this hour. This is a big breaking news that we are bringing to you. We are learning that Israel's IDF has killed the Hamas commander who led one of the attacks on southern Israel communities on 7th of October. This is a big statement coming from Israel's defense forces. It says, and let me quote them verbatim, Ali Qadi, led the inhumane, barbaric October 7 massacre of civilians in Israel. We just eliminated him. All Hamas terrorists will meet the same fate. A short while ago, the IDF aircraft targeted Hamas terrorists immediately after they launched an anti-tank missile towards the area that was surrounding the Gaza Strip. A hit was identified upon the terrorist cell. For more details, let's quickly go across to Siddhant Mishra, who's joining me on the phone line. Siddhant, it's important to put into perspective what a major victory this is for the IDF, considering Ali Qadi was one of those dreaded terrorists who led the operation on one of the southern Israel communities on October 7.
That's right, Akanksha. Ali Qadi is the main mastermind of the massacre that took place on 7th of October, and perhaps his place has been bombarded by IDF, and they have officially confirmed it by making a media release that Ali Qadi has been neutralized. Now, dossiers with IDF is ready, and in fact, they are aware about the involvement of the key commanders of Hamas, and in fact, the units, those who have actively participated. Now, in fact, yesterday, Akanksha, I was speaking to a senior diplomat, and what he told me was that every dog gets his day. We know the names, we know who are the people in Hamas, and we are going to go after them. Whether it's Ismail Hania or whether it's ground operational commander Ali Qadi, Israel is going to look for each one of them and look to come and will come after them. It's just a matter of few days or perhaps few months. And look, there is another achievement which is perhaps coming for the IDF forces, that they have successfully neutralized Ali Qadi, one of the main masterminds of the 7th October attack. And the footage of the bombing has also been released by the IDF. Back to you, Akanksha.
You know, it's also important to place into perspective, Siddhant, the fact that you're looking at one of the commandos who has been eliminated today was in fact arrested by Israel in 2005 and later released during a prisoner exchange program in 2011. That also perhaps explains why Israel has been constantly so wary of the prisoner swap exchange program between Israel and Palestine.
Absolutely, Akanksha. And that's a very pertinent question, Akanksha, because whatever I have managed to, since you referred to this program in which prisoner for 2011, it was done with good intention. Similarly, Israel was asked to create a corridor so that humanitarian aid can reach Gaza. Now, a diplomat was telling me yesterday that they have sent tractors to Gaza for the farmers. And the same tractors were used to blow up the fencing on that particular day. So, Israel is feeling betrayed. Israel is feeling that whatever they did, in fact, at some places they have to compromise with their national security. As you pointed out, the criminal swap in 2011, and what I have been talking about, sending humanitarian aid, sending tractors and all those amenities which were supplied to Gaza through that humanitarian corridor was used against Israel. So now Israel is saying that when we do when we show goodwill gesture, this is what we get in return. And this is the reason that they have cut the supply of water, food, and basic amenities to Gaza.
Absolutely.
Now they are also asking people to leave one particular area, go onto the other side, because they say that Hamas uses these people as a human shield, and we cannot let Hamas to do that, because innocents are being killed.
Absolutely.
So,
And Hamas
24 to
has
48
been
hours
urging
notice
all
is
of those Gazans there in northern Gaza to stay put and not evacuate. That in itself becomes a huge worry for the IDF as well. Many thanks to you, Siddharth Mishra, for bringing in all those inputs.